Well, hello, my lovelies. It is your post-eclipse reading. I know that sounds scary, but it's not as scary as it sounds because we here thrive in chaos. We understand that chaos provides growth and it will stimulate a brand new timeline for us so we can focus on what's important, what we want, and what we desire right here, right now, and get the next year started early because when we start early, we amplify that energy. We are putting stronger intent into the universe, and the universe mirrors that back towards us. So, to get started, the first card that we pulled here with this heavy energy, maybe I should actually emphasize this a little bit because we have this eclipse energy, so everything is feeling either heavy or just kind of like where you're just kind of breezing through, and not even in a good way or a bad way. It's just some of us do ride the wave pretty well. And that is not a leg up. Trust me, we had to go through a lot to get there. So with that being said, we also have a lot of things happen in the astrology realm. So there's some planets doing some things. We are facing a lot of things that we've brushed under the rug. Not to really spark anything disastrous, but it will probably provide a few tower moments. But those tower moments are really here to clear out some energy, clear out some space, like from some stagnant relationships or friendships that have just really caused a lot of distractions and aren't really getting you to where you need to be. So just make sure that you're focused on yourself and your priorities, and you won't really have to worry too much about all of this extra stuff. Just know that there's this chaos energy that you can really thrive off of, because again, it really does stimulate a lot of growth, and it helps us focus on ourselves when there's a lot of other things going on that are beyond us, are out of our control. And so it makes us kind of focus on ourselves because those are the things that we can control, we can manipulate, we can take advantage of in a very positive way. So just allow this energy to really clear out some space for you, and just know that it's right. Anything that is not meant for us will not be coming forward with us. So like anything that is not meant to be, just let it go. I know that that sounds a lot more simple than it really is, but just let it go and just see where life takes you. Let's see where this new timeline takes you. Because it's going to bring in a lot more opportunities. So you may not see a lot of these opportunities right now, but they are being expressed in a lot of ways through signs 502. So just kind of understand that link to your intuition and follow that path, because that path will just kind of reveal itself for you. But just make sure that you're focused on that concept, that idea. Like, I need to focus on me, I need to focus on my goals, I need to focus on what's important, and I'm going to follow that path. I'm going to let intuition guide me, and it's going to happen that way, and it will. So it will be a lot less frustrating. All these mixed signs, all these mixed signals aren't going to be coming through because we're going to be much more focused on what we want through this Scorpio energy. This Scorpio energy is going to amplify our desires even more. So Mars is in Scorpio, so just focus on what's important, not just everything that you possibly desire. Don't let that overburden you or bombard you with distractions. Allow yourself to focus on what's really important, and use that idea, and use this chaos energy to focus on that idea. So maybe that doesn't make sense now, but it will make sense. So just allow the chaos to guide you to where you're meant to be, is basically the message coming through. So we do also have, again, with all these relationships and friendships and old career paths changing, we're going to feel a lot of this energy, this Three of Wands energy. So kind of looking back on, you know, where we came from and, you know, how we got here. And it gives us a more sense of direction, and we allow ourselves a lot more credit when we're going through, and we're kind of because if you watch any of my previous readings, I did mention we're going through like this, not necessarily like a hermit mode, this through this new energy coming up. It's actually more of well, self-oriented energy. So again, main character energy. So focusing in on what's important and where you came from, why you made choices the way you made them, you know? Because we cut people off, we make choices in our life based on, you know, our gut, our intuition, and then just what's important. So, allowing yourself this time to kind of, you know, reflect and look back is not necessarily like so much nostalgic, but it's more so like you give yourself credit and you understand, you know, why things work out the way they do. And you know, we have to get rid of old things, 505, to make space for new things. So, you know, we can't have it all. Like, sometimes, well, maybe we can have a lot of it all, but you know what I mean? There's still balance. There's still this essence of balance that we need. Like, if we overconsume anything, like, you get sick. If you overconsume anything, it's not good for you. So just understand that too. Like, we, you know, there's a reason why we got rid of things. There's a reason why we're choosing the path. There's a reason why we have what we have right now. So this is our next card, and so this is the energy. I don't know if you're familiar with the three cards, but that is your past, present, and this is your future. So basically this is what is to come. This is going to be you in the main character energy. This is the Four of Pentacles. We are here to discipline. We're disciplined, not necessarily like in, like, you know, where you can't do anything, but we're here to discipline ourselves so we can take care of our financial situation and grow and amplify what needs to be done. So we're going to be a lot more careful with our spending choices, and also just focusing on where we are spending this energy, this wealth, because it's just self-made. Like, this energy, like, you're holding on to this coin, all this coin, because this is self-made. Like, you have the discipline. You know, you gained the discipline through these choices, you know, through the present and past. We were focused on something specific, and now that we're here, like, seeing the fruits of our labor, we're like, oh yeah, well, I should hold on to this with my dear life, and make sure that I'm focused and don't, you know, break the positive flow. Like, don't break that chain. Like, just you know, if if you feel like it's a little too strong, like, you could be a little bit too focused on the end game here. So don't focus so much on the end game. I know that that's a little difficult because, like, you know, that goes along with our desires. Like, the what how are you supposed to not focus on the end goal here if that is your desire? Like, if we have a desire, how are you supposed to not focus on the desire? Like, that is what we're aiming for. Look, I get it. But if you just focus on the way to create the energy that will allow space for that, so new craftsmanship, new skills, just practice, again, disciplining, having like a nice budget, doing things that will allow these things to come into your life will make things so much easier, and you will understand the way magnetism works when you create more space, when, like, like, small example, when you're cleansing energy and when you're cleaning, like, the area, because there's this thing, you have to clean the area and you have to also cleanse the energy, whatever way you do that, but the emphasis on cleaning and cleansing here is where you're making space for spirit to come through for you, and to clear out old energy and make a clear message come through. So we're not bombarded with like all these other things that we were hyper fixated on before, and we're more so understanding like on an intellectual conscious level the way things operate in the universe, because we know that magic doesn't just pop things out of thin air. It's a little bit more intricate with energy. We attract things in the physical realm through our intent. So, like we utilize magic all the time without even thinking about it. But when you want to become a master manifester and you really want to create this amplified lifestyle, I should say, then you really need to go through the legwork, the shadow work, and the intricate details so you can understand how to get rid of the things that have lack attached to it, have this sort of toxicity attached to it. So like when you do get to that level, you won't have like this stumble, you won't have this like you know moment where you just like fall off of the rails because you just weren't prepared for something mentally or physically. Like you want to be prepared for this next chapter, because having that preparedness makes it again, I've said this before, like you want to have a nice stable strong foundation when you're building something, when you're building a building, a house. Like you want to have a nice strong foundation. So having that strong foundation is what's going to, make that house stick around for a lot longer. So that's just, that's the idea, that's the concept behind it. And I'm sure at some point we do remember that, but sometimes it is easy to forget that. So this is just your message, your reminder, that we're here for this process. We're here for this rebirth, this re chapter. It is a re-chapter because we have made some choices that weren't necessarily here to just kind of sway or direct our lives for the permanent, because nothing is ever permanent. But it was these important shadow work situationships that came through the last couple of years, and they helped you go through this rebirthing process. So you like seen a lot of growth within yourself and around you, and you've gotten rid of a lot of relationships in your family and just your immediate life. So you've seen a lot of this clearing out. So again, this process is here to start a new re-chapter for you. Like you can start a new chapter at any time, honestly. If you just feel like something is just not exactly what you're wanting, you can start a new chapter at any time. But having these skills, like these foundational skills, are what's going to allow you to change course in the future. If there's something that you're wanting to try out differently, it's going to allow you to have that creative concept where you're not stuck doing one thing. Like there's a lot of people who are like a one-trick pony, or you don't have to be the one-trick pony. Like you can try different things, and different skills will be communicated in completely different fields of work, or creativity, whatever it is. Like you can bring some crazy concepts together and you would be surprised. But you've seen it. Just use it as an example, a concept, and something will spark creatively eventually in your mind. So again, it's allowing you to have these foundational skills so you can rebirth and go through this process. So again, while I'm holding this card and talking about it the whole time, this is the last card. This is from the Oracle Star Code Astro deck. So this is our rebirth process. This is us making space for a new timeline, a new opportunity to approach us, or new opportunities if we are not so much of a decision oriented person. We still have like these opportunities that are going to kind of bring forth themselves and present themselves, and you can be like, well, I don't know, they're equally great in their own different ways, but I'm gonna go with that one. So, you know, there's gonna be choices, there's gonna be opportunities. You won't have to be like struggling to make a decision, because I know some of us are not that great at it. But you know what I mean? So utilize this chaos energy, because again, it is heavier energy, but it doesn't necessarily mean that, you know, there's gonna be things going on. Knock on wood. But you know, utilize this energy to focus on yourself. So if there are things going on like outside of you, outside of your control, utilize that energy and be like, okay, well, I can't control that, but I can focus on this, and I'm just going to hyper focus. No, don't hyper focus, but you know, concentrate that energy and watch the magnetism with all of this other energy going on. Like it's very, very useful energetically. I'm just going to amplify that. It is very magnetic. So just, again, utilize this chaos energy to your benefit, because it is going to help you focus, if nothing else. No, it is good. We thrive in chaos here, and we will teach ourselves to thrive in chaos if we're not like the chaos magician, you know. We'll teach you how to do it. You'll teach yourself how to do it. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed today's reading. Don't let the eclipse energy drain your battery. Recharge, do some spiritual cleansings, cleanse your house. It is like autumn already anyway, so I mean, you probably have already cleansed your house or cleaned your house. So if you haven't already though, just saying, it will help you feel a lot less cluttered, and it will help you distract yourself from all of the other chaos energy going on anyway. So it's just a good idea to just go ahead and do it. But yeah, this energy, it can actually move you forward in the right direction if you utilize it, if you do utilize it. So cleansing, cleaning, rituals, being in tune with your intuition, because I know that we've kind of fallen out of that, is very important right now too, because that will help you refocus that spiritual and intuition back on what's important, and that will help you like allow yourself to see the timeline a little bit more clearer, if that makes sense. So you're not just like, oh, well, I'm just experiencing life. Like, you can have like this much more magnetic, magical experience of life when you shift your intuition back towards this timeline, and you realize like, I did have some goals in mind, and I can refocus that energy, and I can shift it to something even like more powerful, or something that's even an even better concept, because I've kind of sat with it for a while. So I'm just saying, like, you can kind of change things up too, and kind of like make it your own, put like your own like taste, your own flavor, your own niche into whatever you're doing. So this is just going to spark a lot of creativity. So use it to your creative advantage too. Like, if you just work on things creatively, like, just kind of play with some things and try some new things out, because it's going to allow you to like experiment and come up with some new ideas. Like, that is another really great thing to do with all this heavier energy going on. Okay, I love you guys. I hope you enjoyed today's reading. If you didn't, you should hit that like and subscribe button anyway, because it helps me help you help me out.